Have you ever had your cult deprogrammer find you at Target? I was reaching for organic honey in aisle 7 when I heard that voice. The same calm, measured tone that had spent 3 weeks trying to convince me that Brother Ezekiel wasn't actually receiving messages from the cosmos through his pet iguana. Interesting choice, Rebecca. The compound only bought processed sugar. I froze, jar in hand. Dr. Whitfield stood there with a red basket, looking exactly the same as 5 years ago. Gray cardigan, sensible shoes, that concerned but not judgmental expression that probably took years to perfect. It's Starlight, I said automatically, then caught myself. I mean, Rebecca. Yes, hi. She smiled that careful smile. Haven't used Starlight in a while? The truth was, I'd left the compound 2 years ago. Not because her deprogramming worked, but because Brother Ezekiel got arrested for tax evasion, and the whole thing fell apart. But here's the thing about cult deprogrammers. They never really believe you're okay. They think everyone's one bad day away from joining another commune. Just shopping, I said, putting the honey in my cart like a normal person. Of course. She picked up a jar of almond butter, examining it like it held secrets. You know, I shop here every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Isn't that a coincidence? It wasn't. Nothing with Dr. Whitfield was coincidence. My parents probably still paid her to check on me. How's the family? She asked, following me to the produce section. Good. We do Sunday dinners now. That's wonderful. And work? I teach yoga. I immediately regretted saying it. Her eyebrow twitched. Yoga? How spiritual. It's just exercise, I said quickly. Regular yoga. No chakra realignment or astral projection. Nobody channels ancient wisdom through reptiles. She laughed, but her eyes were scanning my cart. Quinoa, kale, kombucha. I realized how it looked. I'm not in a cult, I said. I didn't say you were. You're thinking it. I'm thinking about tomatoes. She picked one up. Did you know Brother Ezekiel is out of prison? My stomach dropped. What? Released last month. Started a new group in Sedona. The Cosmic Collective of Divine Truth. Creative name, I muttered. 7 of your former compound members have already joined. I hadn't known that. I'd cut contact with everyone, deleted social media, changed my number. It was easier than explaining why I'd wasted 3 years believing an iguana was cosmically significant. Not interested, I said, moving toward the cereal aisle. She followed. He's been asking about you specifically. How do you know all this? It's my job to know. She pulled out her phone, showing me screenshots from a website. There was Brother Ezekiel, now calling himself Father Phoenix, standing next to a large tortoise. He upgraded to a more impressive reptile. I laughed despite myself. A tortoise? Really? Apparently they live longer, so more time to receive cosmic wisdom. We stood there in the cereal aisle, both pretending to care about granola options. Your parents didn't send me, she said finally. I really do shop here, but when I saw you, I thought you should know. He's been telling people you were his most enlightened follower, that you'll return to lead alongside him. That's insane. Yes, it is. That's rather the point. I thought about those 3 years, the meditation sessions that lasted until dawn, the purification diets that left us weak and compliant, the way Brother Ezekiel would stare at his iguana for hours, then announce new rules that always seemed to benefit him financially. I was so stupid, I said quietly. You were searching for meaning. That's human. I thought a lizard was talking to God. Well, when you put it like that, she smiled genuinely this time. But you left. That takes strength. The FBI did most of the work. You stayed away. That's harder. An employee walked by, and we both pretended to be very interested in breakfast foods. When he passed, Dr. Whitfield handed me a business card, in case Father Phoenix contacts you, or if you just want to talk about how weird it is that he went from iguana to tortoise. I took the card. Why do they always have exotic pets? Control. If you can make someone believe an animal has divine wisdom, you can make them believe anything. We went through checkout separately, but she waited for me outside. Rebecca, she said, you're doing well. The yoga, the family dinners, even the overpriced organic honey. It's all perfectly normal behavior. But if a man with a prophetic turtle shows up at your yoga studio, maybe give me a call. Last week, I got a text from an unknown number. A photo of Brother Ezekiel, now Father Phoenix, standing outside a Target in Sedona. He was holding a small tortoise and a sign that said, the universe shops here too. I forwarded it to Dr. Whitfield. She replied immediately. Tuesday, 3 p.m. We meet for coffee now, every week after her Target run. Yesterday, she brought news that Father Phoenix had been arrested again, this time for illegally importing endangered tortoises. His followers scattered. Think any of them will join something else? I asked. She stirred her latte thoughtfully. Probably, but hopefully something harmless, like CrossFit. We both laughed. Sometimes that's all you can do when you've believed impossible things and lived to shop normally again.